Let's talk about disease. Let's talk about the measles. With the measles outbreak, it's ridiculous right now. It's very scary. This is a very dangerous disease, and I am not a doctor, nor will I ever be a doctor, but I have to report on this issue. I have to report on this issue. I haven't done a YouTube video for a while. Most of my other videos were all about get big arms. Now I'm going to start reporting on real live news and real events. It's very important, right? The measles outbreak, especially in the Northeast, children are dying. It's not a joke. If your children are at risk, they need to get the vaccinations. Of course, now they're banning children from public spaces who do not have the measles vaccine. It makes sense. It's very dangerous and can easily be transferable to other children. And again, this disease is extremely dangerous. So here's my 2 cents. I've looked up a lot into the disease of measles. I looked up a lot into who's at risk. And this is a huge disease in Africa and poverty-stricken countries. It's very rare to see an outbreak here in the United States, but here's the deal. When you have a weakened immune system, you're more at risk. So children who have a weakened immune system are more at risk for the measles. What can you prevent? Children with higher levels of vitamin A are less at risk for the measles. What type of foods have vitamin A? Spinach, kale, sweet potatoes, just to name a few, carrots, just to name a few. Are those things that these children are eating every day? More than likely not. And again, I'm not a doctor, nor am I subscribing anything or anything like that, but most of the content here is all about doing the right things, eating the quality foods. And if you look around at the United States, and if you look around at children and even baby Instagrams, everyone's eating shit. It's funny to see a baby eat pizza or burgers or french fries or ice cream or have cheese on their face and all the viral, stupid fucking videos. I look around and I walk around New York City and I walk around some of the schools or maybe see kids sitting and having their lunch breaks. What do I see? Soda can, Doritos. It's the same way. And I used to be that way as a kid and realized that the parents are not doing a good enough job to protect their children from getting sick. Whether that's the flu, whether that's measles, whether that's any disease, parents are not doing a good enough job. Why? Why aren't the parents doing a good enough job? Well, the parents aren't doing a good enough job to protect themselves from getting sick. They keep shoveling shit into their mouths, don't know how to close their mouths, and are eating poor, non-nutritious foods. You're telling me that most Americans, most parents, are eating high levels of sweet potatoes, spinach, kale, broccoli, carrots each and every day? Or are they ordering takeout and pizza every week? Or ice cream for every single A or B that Cindy or Sally or Bobby get on their report cards? They're using shit food as a reward when really they're damaging their children and weakening their immune systems. The children that are getting sick from the measles have low levels of vitamin A, which means that they're not getting the nutritional value of these foods. And it's funny because I look up the symptoms of prevention of the measles, and they say, well, after you get it, you should supplement with vitamin A because most kids that have a lot of levels of vitamin A will beat the disease and will not die. Well, how about before? How about always having high levels of vitamin A? Instead of taking a vitamin A supplement, get it from the real food. Get it from the actual source. Teach your kids to love real, nutritious, high-quality food. Is it that simple? Teach your kids to love sweet potatoes. Teach your kids to love broccoli, to love asparagus and spinach, to love kale, and to get creative with these new ideas and creative with these new foods to enjoy them and learn how to cook. Because right now the issue in America is the shitty food that we eat. Everything's processed. Everything's in a wrapper. It's all about potato chips or ice cream or what tastes good, and food is used as a source of entertainment. Food should not be used as a source of entertainment. Food should be used as a source of survival. And then you look at hunger. Look at hunger. Everyone says, oh, you should never be hungry. Eat small meals throughout the day. Eat frequently. You should never be hungry. Oh, it's bad to be hungry. Always eat when you're hungry. No, your body is meant to be hungry. Your body's meant to starve. Our body is meant to go without food. This is how it works. But the issue is people don't know how to close their mouths. People don't know how to close their mouths. People can't shut their fat faces, right? Simple. I'll say it because no one else will. The danger for your child is not whether they're in contact with another child who has a disease, okay? That may be dangerous. And yes, children, especially very young children, are more at risk with weaker immune systems. But why is that? Why is that? Because almost every 2 or 3-year-old that I see, almost, don't mark me on this, eats shitty ass food. Or even baby pre-made food loaded with sugar. Or is drinking soda. Or is eating potato chips and french fries, and their healthy meal of the week is going out for sushi soaked in fucking soy sauce and all this other salty, nasty, shitty food. It's all a joke. It's all fun and games until someone dies. It's the same way with health, same way with fitness. It's the same way with life. It's all a joke. It's all fun and games with your body when you become immobile when you become 60 or 70 years old and you can't move or you can't even wipe your own ass because you've neglected your range of motion and your mobility for your whole entire life. It's all fun and games. I draw this analogy to a couple months ago. I was driving in the wintertime and everyone was driving fast and the roads were slick and everyone was just getting to where they need to go and they were hustling and bustling and driving. And a few cars that I saw pass me ended up in a ditch on the side of the road. It's all fun and games till you end up in a ditch on the side of the road. They were okay, but I bet you that taught them a lesson. A lot of people just need to drive into a ditch to learn exactly what the problem is with their lives. Hopefully, they learn a lesson. But the issue is, instead of people saying, oh, I hope my child doesn't get the measles, or oh, I hope my child doesn't get the flu, or oh, they need to get vaccinated for the flu, how about focusing on prevention before with the right quality foods? Don't worry about macros. Don't worry about anything else other than the right quality foods. If you're constantly giving your children potato chips or enriched bread, refined carbohydrates, processed sugar, simple sugar, shitty quality food, then expect them to get sick. And if you're thinking, oh, it costs so much money to get a good value, a good quality food, well, I can tell you what, medical bills cost a lot more than good quality food in the long run. Look, is measles an issue? Yes. Should you get your child vaccinated? 100%. Absolutely. You should definitely do that. Have I ever had a flu shot or a measles shot? When I was younger, but I don't believe that I need the flu shot anymore, and I haven't had the flu for several years. Maybe when I was a little kid, I had the flu. And I bet at that time I was eating shitty ass food, drinking soda, and not taking care of myself. There's a direct correlation to that. With the law now, it's mandatory to have your measles shot as a child. Then obey the law, right? You don't want to break the law. I'm not telling you to break the law. But if you want to prevent all this from happening and keep your child at low risk and you're very serious, then start investing in your health with quality foods. And it starts with you as the parent. It doesn't start with anyone else. It starts with you as the parent, leading by example, cooking your own shit, eating real quality food. And not only that, but loving it. I went on vacation and I enjoyed it and I was amazing and I ate different foods that wasn't in my normal regimen. And I enjoyed them, and yes, it was partly entertaining to have these foods. And I wasn't eating terribly, but I was eating outside of my normal realm of nutrition and normal realm of foods. I love vacation, but when I got back home and I got my own foods and I was eating my sweet potatoes and broccoli and asparagus and wild-caught salmon and grass-fed beef and pasture-raised chicken and pasture-raised eggs and going in and eating as much as I want, these avocados and mandarin oranges, all these things. I love it and I embrace it. And I get creative and more creative with these ideas. But more importantly, why I love it, my body loves it. My body digests better, feels better, and I'm more vibrant and more healthy eating these high quality foods and real food. So instead of worrying about what happens if and when or if your children get the measles or the flu, invest in these foods up front and you won't have to worry about your children getting sick any longer. All right, guys, that's all for today. Just wanted to say thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel and listening on this serious issue of the measles. And this is the common sense theme. It's just a common sense theme, all right? What goes in is your fuel. What goes in your body will give you health or give you vibrance, or it will give you the opposite. So it's completely up to you. But as a parent, your children don't know what foods to eat. You need to guide them and be the leader. So make sure you take responsibility to this. Remember, the ones who get angry at this post, the ones who get mad at me for telling them how it is, are the ones who need to make the change the most. So if you're getting frustrated, if you're getting angry at me now, fine. I'd rather you get angry at me and change your life and save your life and your children's lives and save years off your life and prevent diseases. I'd rather you get pissed off at me than just not listening or ignoring it and just throwing it by the wayside and continue that vicious cycle of always getting sick and your children always getting sick. So make sure you're subscribed. Also, check me out on the podcast at The Fitness Crew and all social media platforms at The Fitness Crew, CRU. See ya.